So I now want to show you how to attack the previous form and the previous form processing. So this is a previous form, and I created a new application called the Simple Form Attacker, in which I make a slight modification to this form. So these are the modifications. First, I changed the title. Instead of enter product name, now I say, would you like $1,000? Second, instead of a URL that points back to the same application, I have a URL that points cross applications. You see, this application in which the form is loaded is called the Simple Form Attacker. Okay, it's this one. But this form will be posted to another application called the Simple Form. So essentially I'm crafting a form in another application that will be posted to my Simple Form site that I wish to attack. Okay? And the product name, before it was fillable. It was this input field here and it was fillable. And now in my attack, I made it of type hidden. And I put diamonds in it. Okay? So I'm essentially trying to insert diamonds in your database by fooling you to click on this button on whether you want $1,000. And in fact, the submit button, I label it yes. No, like, would you like $1,000? Yes. And I put another button just for the fake of it called no. So the form looks like this. Would you like $1,000? Yes, no. Okay, and if I click on yes, well, you may think nothing happens. But in truth, the effect is carried out. And let me show you why with the help of a drawing. So this is a situation. We have essentially a good server that serves our Simple Form app, okay? And then we have a bad server and this bad server serves our Simple Form Attacker app, okay? And from the attack endpoint, it can serve a form. So here we had the add endpoint. So if the user browser is this one, right? The user browser can load in one of its tabs. This is a tab, okay? It can load via a get a page that contains the form in which it says, which product do you want to add it. And when you click on add, the request goes again here via a post. And it contains, importantly, the cookie. Okay? I draw it like a real cookie. Now, the attacker does the following. In the attacker, in another tab of the user browser, you can load from another site a page that essentially asks you, would you like $1,000? Okay, so this is loaded from Simple Form, and this is loaded from Simple Form Attacker. Okay, so these two tabs in the user browser are loaded from different sites. And here you have two answers, one is yes, the other one is no. If you click no, nothing happens, but if you click yes, again there is a post that is sent there. Okay? Now the problem is, this second post here, which is the attack. Okay, so this is the nasty post that performs the attack. Will this nasty post also carry the cookie? And so will it authenticate you to Simple Form? And the answer is unfortunately yes. So on the web, the cookies that are included with a request depend not on the site where the request originates, but on the site to which the request is directed. Okay? This is usually for good purposes. For instance, assume that you are on, say, Walgreens.com. There is a button that says, share this via Twitter. you are looking at a product and it asks you whether you want to share it with Twitter. You click on yes, and this generates a request to Twitter which carries the information about the product you want to share along with your Twitter cookie, so that the share comes from your Twitter account. So generally, when your browser contacts website X, it includes all the cookies for X along with the request. Okay? Now, this is not entirely true. There have been a more modern limitation on the type of cookies via some fields in the cookies, and I want to discuss this in depth later. But these defenses are not homogeneously implemented in all browsers, and so you cannot rely on them entirely. I will want to go into that a lot of depth, so this attack is unfortunately still possible that I'm describing. So essentially we have crafted this sort of nasty form here. You know, this is an attacker form because we have loaded it from a website, but when it's going to be submitted, it's going to be submitted to another website containing the proper cookies to cause processing there. So let's see what happens if I click the button. Okay. It's almost invisible what happened. But now we are in simple form, and the request has been processed. So if we look here, the user looked at airflow.com and the product was diamonds. And if we go here to the database, there are diamonds that have been inserted. Okay, let me replay the attack so that you can see it in another form. I can go back to simple form attacker. Okay, this is where the attack originated. What I want to do now is keep open the network tab to show us what's going on. Okay, so you see we got the attack, and so this is the get of the form. Now let me click here. Let's look at what happened. You see I did this post to simple form add. Okay, if you look, actually there should be written that the referrer was a simple form attacker attack. But the request was accepted, and then we got the usual redirect to add. Okay, and now if you look into the database, there will be 2 diamonds, twice. Okay, so this attack is possible and it happens. The defense from the attack will look like this. When you get the form, along with the form, there will be some secret signature that depends on the user session on this site. So here is the session, and from the session you generate this special signature here. When the form is then submitted, this will check out OK. Instead, if the form is loaded from an attacker, okay, if the form is loaded from an attacker, the attacker does not have the session. So it has a session but for the wrong site. No session for simple form is available here. Okay, the session is a secret that is only on the server that is the good server. So if you load the form from another place, this signature here will not be able to be crafted according to the correct session. And when the form is submitted, this check will fail, and we will be able to reject attacker forms. And in the next lecture, I want to show to you how to get this done using the Py4Web form facility.